Welcome to the In Content Co YouTube channel. Today is part 1 of our first build computer series where we show you all of the included components and the first steps in the process of building a PC. This video is not sponsored. Building a PC can be overwhelming. Our goal for this series is to help those who want to learn how to build PCs, answer any questions you may have, and build a cool looking machine. Let's get into it. These are all the components you will see in this build. Some of these unfortunately do not make it into the build, and we will tell you why later. Measuring components before purchasing them is important, especially in an environment with limited space like the Lian Dynamic Mini EVOS No Edition, which is the case we are doing this build in. This case in particular is interesting because it allows for full-size ATX motherboards. Initially, we were going to use the Asus 570i for the motherboard. After further testing, we decided to build with the Gigabyte X570S. Other components included in this build are: the case is the Lian Dynamic Mini No Edition. The central processing unit is a Ryzen 9 5900X 4th Gen 12-core, 24 threads. The CPU cooling fan is from Be Quiet, Pure Rock 2. The motherboard is a Gigabyte X570S. The graphics processing unit is a Yeston RTX 3080 10GB. The RAM is the G-Skill Tridency Royal Series in Gold 32GB, and they look stunning. The storage is a Samsung 2TB 980 Pro. The power supply unit is a Lian 850SF power supply. For system cooling, we have 7 120mm white Lian Infinity fans and 2 140mm black Lian Uni fans version 1. We are installing Windows 11 Home operating system. Let's get to building. We will start with the motherboard. It's important to lay your motherboard on a flat surface, so we usually recommend using the box it comes in. Be careful when handling the motherboard because it can be easy to bend or break different areas. We believe in future-proofing your PC. A reliable motherboard that is going to last is an important component. This is because a motherboard is a component that is often tied to the operating system, meaning it is not easy just to switch out if issues arise or if in the future the motherboard becomes the bottleneck. A computer is only as fast as its slowest part. Ensure you do research and make sure the motherboard has the proper features needed to match your intentions for the computer. This machine will be used for gaming and streaming purposes. First, we are going to install the CPU. To install this CPU, you must lift this lever. There will be a marked triangle on the CPU as well as on the motherboard to indicate the position of the CPU. Once you seat the CPU correctly, it should lay flat. You will then pull down the lever to lock it into place. Next, we are going to install the stunning RAM. First, you undo the levers for the RAM, then the RAM will be placed into the slot. You will hear a click. The first 2 sticks are installed in slots 1 and 3, and the second 2 TAM sticks are going into slots 2 and 4. Now we are going to install the NVMe. This is installed within the motherboard. Your motherboard will have different ports for this type of memory. Refer to your user manual to know how many there are and where they are. Usually, the closest one to the CPU is the fastest. You will want to unscrew the heatsink and connect the NVMe. It is normal for the NVMe to stick up. You will want to screw in the bottom before placing the heatsink back on. A common mistake is to forget to take off the thermal paste protective sticker under the heatsink within the motherboard. Do not forget this. Now the CPU cooler is installed. Some CPU coolers come with thermal paste already applied. Thermal paste is applied between the CPU and the heatsink to ensure efficient heat transfer from the CPU to the cooler to disperse the heat away from the CPU. CPU coolers are usually either air or liquid based. This is the case for this CPU fan, so we did not need to add any extra. If your cooler does not come with thermal paste, you will want to add a small amount to the CPU before installing the cooler. This fan came with a specific bracket for an M4 CPU. To install, we unscrewed the stock CPU cooling bracket on the motherboard and placed the Be Quiet bracket in its place. This one has small black pillars to add where the screws go to lift the bracket higher. Once you place the fan down, there is a straight metal piece that goes into the middle and screws in on both sides. Once that is in place, the cooler is installed. To add the fan to the cooler base, you use these small metal pieces. These do bend, so do not be scared to pull hard to put them into place. Use these to secure the fan like this. The CPU fan is finally powered by plugging the power cable into the CPU fan header on the motherboard. We can see that Gigabyte has silk screened the title of the header onto the motherboard for easy installation. Note, if you need help with the layout of the motherboard, there will be a diagram in your user manual. Thank you for watching part 1 of this build series. Keep an eye out for upcoming unboxings and reviews as well as part 2 of this series. Check out our previous videos, the links are in the description. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and comment below what you would like us to do in upcoming videos.